Have you ever noticed that the more deeply you think, the fewer people seem to understand you? That the more questions you ask, the more doors quietly close? It's not your imagination. For centuries, society has been uneasy around those who think too much, not because they're wrong, but because they shine a light into places others would rather keep dark. From Socrates to Hypatia, from Spinoza to Simone Weil, history is littered with minds that were shunned, mocked, or ignored, not for lack of brilliance, but because they stirred discomfort. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once hinted at this when he said, "The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly." But why is it that intelligence, curiosity, and a hunger for truth so often push people to the margins? The answer lies deep within human psychology. When we meet someone stronger than us, we might admire their muscles. When we see someone wealthier, we may envy them, but we don't necessarily feel personally threatened. But when we stand before someone whose mind moves faster, sees deeper, and questions more, something else happens. Psychologists call this a kind of identity threat. A deep thinker doesn't just share new ideas, they hold up a mirror to our own blind spots. And seeing our own limitations reflected back can feel uncomfortable. This is the difference between external advantages, like wealth or beauty, and internal ones, like intellect. Physical attributes don't usually challenge who we believe ourselves to be, but intelligence is tied directly to our identity. Our thoughts, beliefs, and understanding of the world are the foundation of our self. So when those are questioned, it feels like we are being questioned, and the reaction is rarely admiration. More often, it's quiet resistance. We shift the topic, we make jokes, we pull away. Not because the deep thinker is arrogant, but because their presence forces us to wrestle with truths we'd rather avoid. This is why deep conversations are often welcomed one-on-one, yet in group settings they can feel threatening. In a group, social hierarchy becomes important. If someone's ideas make others look uninformed, the instinct isn't to learn, it's to protect status. This is why deep thinkers might find intimate, rich discussions with individuals, yet struggle in larger crowds. Cognitive biases make this worse. The Dunning-Kruger effect means those with less knowledge often overestimate what they know, making them less open to new perspectives. Status quo bias keeps people clinging to familiar ideas. And the backfire effect ensures that when beliefs are challenged, many double down rather than change. Add social media to the mix, and the challenge multiplies. Online algorithms reward outrage, speed, and simplicity, not nuance. A catchy but shallow post will spread faster than a thoughtful argument, and deep ideas, by their nature, rarely fit into a neat 30-second soundbite. So rejection of intelligence isn't just a cultural quirk. It's woven into our biology, our group dynamics, and now our technology. People gravitate toward comfort, not challenge. German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer went so far as to suggest that intelligence can be a burden. Most people, he argued, live under the will to live, a drive for comfort, pleasure, and survival. But some live under the will to truth, a restless urge to see reality as it is, even if it's unsettling. For those driven by truth, small talk and social games can feel hollow. Pursuits like wealth, status, and endless distractions may seem like illusions. This difference in priorities makes connection harder. And as awareness of the world's flaws grows, so too can disillusionment. Schopenhauer even believed that ignorance, not wisdom, is the secret to happiness, because the more you understand, the harder it becomes to look away from life's imperfections. Many great thinkers, from Kierkegaard to Hannah Arendt, wrestled with this same tension, sometimes slipping into loneliness or despair. But here's the other side. Solitude doesn't have to be a prison. It can be a workshop, a refuge. Schopenhauer himself saw solitude as a privilege for those willing to use it, a chance to create, reflect, and explore ideas without compromise. If you've ever felt out of step with the world because you think differently, remember this: it's not that you're broken, it's that you're walking a path fewer people take. And while the road may be lonelier, it's also the one that leads to deeper truths, and perhaps, in time, to those rare few who see the world as you do.